Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your 343BHTS Catalina travel trailer. I'm here to show you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. On your campsite, of course, your awning. Leave plenty of room for that to come out. On your off campsite, biggest issue will be slides. Got 3 slides over here. Leave plenty of room for them to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top of them. Then I want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. For campsite water, your docking station is going to be between your rear and middle slide, and your power is going to be in the same spot. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. I do recommend on one this long, you bring in all the slides, find the middle of your unit, get a stick on level, stick it right in the middle, and come up to your power tongue jack. You do have a docking light. Have someone watch that level while you lower or raise the unit. Now should you lose power, there's a hand crank, goes over that manual ride right there. So there's the manual override hand crank for that. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're coming down the road. Once we've got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All 4 corners of the unit have these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank comes with your unit. Simply crank these down. Now I do recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer, keep them from sinking into the ground. Really good investment. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of those, and run these down just until they're taut. You can use a drill gun or impact driver. I just recommend you slow down when you get to the bottom, because as far as you want to go with these is there. As soon as you have any resistance on this, stop. Because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You already have our unit level. All I want to do is run all 4 of these down and get it stable. You don't want to lift the unit at all with these. Unit's level and stable, let's hook up our power and water. Again, normally your slides would still be in at this point. Got them out for reference points. Come back here. Your 50 amp service goes in and twists to the right, and you put your black washer on. At the end of this 50 amp service, should you need it, there will be a dog bone that goes from 50 to 30 amp, and then at the end of that you'll have a 30 to 110 if you need to plug in at home. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. City water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Hook that up before hooking up your water. Put that on there, put it on your hose. But don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. I believe yours is located over here on the campsite. Right to the left of the entry doorway. All we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plugs back in. May have left it out last time you were camping, and yeah, we left it out. Go ahead and put some plumber's tape on there. Put your rod and get that back in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. After your hose has been on for a little while, go ahead and Go inside, you can deploy your slides. Open up your water taps. Once water's flowing out of those steady, there's no more air in the lines, then you know you can shut off those taps and turn on your hot water heater from indoors. There's an on-off element right here. The only time to turn this on out here is if you're hooked up to 110. Any other time, just hook it up, just turn it on indoors. Hot water heater doesn't seem to be working. A couple of pressure reset valves right here. If you come and look and see if they're bubbled out. If they are, press it back in, and then your pressure release valve. So now let's say we're gonna go camping. We're not gonna hook up to city water. We're gonna go boondocking. Well, in that case, we're gonna have to fill up our potable water tank. Yours is located in between your front two slides. Freshwater connection or potable water. Simply fill this up with a hose. No need for a water pressure regulator. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you hold down your check your battery and black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater tank. Hold that button down, that'll tell you when this is full. Now remember, when using this freshwater or potable water, that's when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using the city water back there. That's already pressurized. All right, let's go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, show you a few things before heading inside. So again, freshwater connect. Here's your cable or satellite for the camp, and here's your freshwater drain. That'll be right there. You have a couple of gray tanks on this one. One underneath there. Your main dump here, and another gray over there. So we have three different spots to dump on this unit. Coming into your docking station here, you do have a shower. This is where you hang your handle for a shower. We've noticed on this unit, you actually do have a little privacy. If you were to hang up a magnetic curtain here, you can have a nice shower area here. Again, your city water connection, your power, your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. Again, your galley tank that's underneath the slide. All these would be easier to access when we close up the unit and getting ready to leave. You do have an accessory hitch. Just remove these cotter pins to lay this down. I've found that when you remove the cotter pins, grab the tire. The tire, instead of grabbing the metal, the tire will come down. Bring that down a lot easier. You are prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you can purchase that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. Electronically communicating with this device, give you a backup camera on the unit. Coming over here to your outdoor kitchen. You use two hands, push these down because these blue handles, you have to push them both down at the same time to get this to pop out. There is where your quick connect hose goes. There is your quick connect. Going back in, these must be pushed down. Lock that in there. Should have your hose up in here in one of these. Maybe in the drawer. And there's your quick connect hose. These outdoor drawers are a little weird. You have to lift them to get them to go in and out. Make sure you lock this. You don't want anyone stealing your grill. Lock them up. A leash link. You got a pet, a little hook for your pet. Your low point drain. A couple outdoor speakers. That is a vent for your microwave. Your lights, you can make those solid. They don't have to be a party light all the time. Prep for a TV out here. Set TV on the table out here. Plug in your cable. 110. This is a flue for your furnace. Two things. One, if you're running it, steer clear because it gets hot. And two, do not block it. Make sure nothing's in front of that. Again, your hot water heater. This is for a manual override for your slide. The hand crank up here will work in there. Another manual override, should have three. The other one's up underneath your outdoor kitchen out there. So you have three holes. In case you lose power, you need to get your slides in. Use the hand crank. Your propane does have a cover. It's on a regulator. Should be pointed toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. So these nice solid steps. Show you how to bring them up when we leave. First thing I like to point out coming in the unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Coming to your immediate left in the entry doorway is your control panel. Open this door back up. Start up here. Here's your fresh tank. That's where you can tell when that potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. The first one is your battery. Here's where you run your slides in and out. Here's your awning. I'm going to extend that out, show you how far to run that out. Just until that white flap falls down and you can see that silver. It will extend past that, so keep an eye on it. Someday they'll build one that stops at a certain point. They have not designed it yet. So we'll bring this one in. I'll shut off your party lights here. As I run your awning in, exterior and interior lighting. Your water pump, that's where you turn on your potable water pump. And there's where you turn on your water heater. Got our awning all the way in. Let's walk around the rest of the unit. Also immediately to the left on the floor here, behind your sink, is your 12 volt safety alert carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking, you're going to be gone for the day, use that battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Coming into the kitchen area, we have a lot of individual one-touch lighting, self-explanatory microwave. You have your light and a fan over top of your stove. Your stove top will fold back, makes a good backsplash. Turn your panel light. See it change to red? Means your gas is on. Same thing on your oven. Turn it to this light. Spark it down here. You don't have to light a pilot light anymore. And then just set it to the desired temperature. Your light here also. Click it down and it gives you an oven light. Your fridge, make sure you have this over here like this for travel. Come back into the hallway. We're going to go to your thermostat. We'll start out, turn the air on. Turn it on quickly. Shut the air off, it shuts off quickly. We'll turn the heat on. Shut the heat off. You notice that the heat fan takes a few minutes longer to shut off than the AC fan. In your bathroom, you have a hand crank open, exhaust vent, lighting. This is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. Underneath the sink, plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on it like you would your own at home. Even more so on this because you are bouncing the house down the road. For travel, in your shower, make sure you have this closed and snap closed. Keep that from bouncing around. Back in the bunk area, you do have a separate slide control for back here and lighting. USB ports. You know these will all fold down into a bed. This will unhook here. You pull up to the top. Hook in right there. On the other end, oh, there it is. Travel best one down. Don't have to worry about that bouncing all around on you. A lot of individual lighting back here. This will fold out. Here's where your heat will come in the room. There's your duct. AC ducts through here. You just heard the furnace shut off. Coming over here. Access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there. I'd recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Your legs, simply lift this tabletop. These legs will remove. Set the tabletop down onto this lip on both sides. Put the back cushions on top. That'll give you another bed. This bed will jackknife. More individual lighting here and here. Lift on the front. You got a little storage under there, but generally it's just to lay down. Lift up on the front, pull it back towards you. It'll lay back down. Econics TV. As I turn this on, I'm going to try to explain this remote. The biggest thing on this remote is it's dual controlled. Indoors and outdoors. Zone A and Zone B. So I can have my TV going on in here. Right now it's on Bluetooth. The techs always turn on Bluetooth to check the devices out. We will go down to, or we'll go back up to TV. There's all the components.
Bring in 164 jobs
we'll come
and
off the TV.
$64.5 million
We will
in
go
private
down
investment
to
the city of Walker.
Good afternoon. This is
FM radio.
The company is a leading supplier of storage systems and pallet racking. State officials say the
Turn it down,
groundbreaking in this Grand Rapids suburb is part of a larger effort to build a
Let's go back to
manufacturing in the
Bluetooth
state.
radio again, or FM radio again.
At its best when Michigan is at her best.
So radio, Bluetooth, DVD, or no DVD player, but you can, there's 3 different auxiliary hookups on here, so you can hook gaming systems, several things to this. Down below here is your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. Yeah, I can take the remote and make this brighter or dimmer. But the biggest thing is the heat. Instead of using up your heat or using up your gas, if it's chilly in the morning or evening, crank the heat up on this and use their electricity to warm your trailer up. It'll get toasty in here in no time. There's a remote for your awning lights. In your bedroom, turn this AC on, cranks up, shut that off. So you have your own AC lighting, storage under the bed. This closet is actually prepped for washer and dryer. So if you ever decide to get a washer and dryer, everything's ready for that. Make sure when you travel, your closet doors snap closed. And that about covers everything on the inside. I do want to point out where the smoke alarm is. And there it is. And now we'll act like we're leaving. Doors and drawers. That's my phrase. Make sure that all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede any slides from coming in. Once we go through and do that, I hit my interior lights off. Because then, especially a unit like this that has a lot of individual lighting, I can see which lighting I need to walk through the unit and turn off. Once all my main lighting's off, and I can come back over to the control panel, turn the interior on. So I'm going to go back and we're going to close this bunk room slide first. Make sure that this door, turn the lights back on back here. Make sure that this door is snapped back for travel. That way it's not bouncing around on you. Slide in. You can just make sure everything's put away back here. All those doors and drawers are closed. And just that quickly, bunk room slide is in. Shut off those bedroom lights. Slide out number 2 in. Can be our living room. See the importance of having every door closed? I mean, that's like an inch from that handle there. Same thing will happen down here. They utilize every inch they can. Can't stress enough. Doors and drawers. We don't want to break things just because we're closing up our unit. Number 2 is in. Hit number 1. You can sit here and watch it. Actually going to close this bedroom door, so we still keep an eye on it. Bedroom slides in. Close this door. Shut off our interior lights, take one last look around, exit our unit. Now for these steps, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this can catch on the door as it comes in. Simply lift. Once that's in, turn this to either way. That'll open them and that'll lock your door in there. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn that handle over. At this point, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks, unhook our cable and water, unhook our power. Come to this low point drain, open both those up if we're camping at a campsite. Come up here, open up this pressure release valve. Once that water is done, we can go ahead and pull this drain plug. Back around our off campsite, if you are dry docking or boondocking, you'll dump that drain. Hook up your hitch and head on up to your dump station. Now at your dump station, park accordingly. First one you're going to want to dump is right behind your tires here. It's going to be on your off camp side and driver's side of your tow vehicle. Stop, hook up, pull our black handle. Now your black handle is going to be your sewer outlet. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, leave that handle open. Again with your water pressure regulator. Come up to your black tank flush. Hook up the hose at the dump station and let that run for a good 5 minutes with that black handle open. I'm going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. That's done. Unhook your hose. Close that black handle. Pull this gray handle. Now I'm going to give you cleaner water. It's your sinks and your showers. It'll clean your sewage hose out for you. And you can go to either one. You can dump this galley tank back here, or this other galley tank up here. Once them are all done, you can sanitarily and conveniently store your sewage hose right there in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Catalina for many years to come. Happy camping.